US has some really dumb laws, and you might even be breaking some of them right now. Let's start off with Connecticut. Pickles must bounce. A pickle cannot be sold unless it bounces. According to a 1948 article, this law became a necessity after two scheming pickle packers tried to sell pickles, unfit for human consumption, on the sly. Connecticut's Food and Drug Commissioner at the time proclaimed that a real pickle should bounce when dropped from the height of 1 foot, leading to a new state regulation. Florida. No selling children. We know that kids can be annoying, but please remember that in Florida, it is a felony to sell your children. You've been warned. Alabama. No stink bombs or confetti allowed. Stink bombs, funk balls, and any object which has the purpose to create disagreeable odors are strictly illegal there. Also, it's illegal to use spray string, and you're not allowed to be bathing in public fountains. Georgia. Can't eat fried chicken with utensils. For chicken chompers in Gainesville, Georgia, finger lickin' is not a suggestion. It is mandatory. Thanks to a 1961 law added to the city code as a publicity stunt, it is illegal to eat fried chicken in the poultry capital of the world with anything other than your fingers. A tourist was arrested for such a chicken forking violation in 2009. Idaho. No cannibalism. Idaho is the only state to have an active ban on cannibalism. Technically not a crime in the rest of the nation, cannibalism is defined as the non-consensual consumption of another human. Meaning, we guess, if you can get your buddy's permission to eat his tenderloin, the feds can't stop you. Missouri. Tarzans not welcome. Prankish Tarzans, be warned, in University City, Missouri, it is illegal to swing upon another person's motor vehicle and honk their horn for them. Alaska. Not allowed to get drunk in a bar. In Alaska, it is illegal to be drunk in a bar. Per state laws, a person who is already drunk may not knowingly enter a bar to drink more, or remain in the bar that got them drunk in the first place. Delaware. Strict trick-or-treating times enforced. To prevent mischief of any sort, children in the city of Rehoboth Beach may only go trick-or-treating between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Halloween, unless Halloween falls on a Sunday. In that case, such going door-to-door and house-to-house for treats shall take place on the evening of October 30th instead. Indiana. Proper black cat etiquette on Friday the 13th. In the municipality of French Lick Springs, all black cats must wear bells around their necks on Friday the 13th. The rule was introduced on October 13th, 1939, as a war measure to alleviate mental strain on the populace, and has technically been in effect since. Iowa. No faking your butter. I can't believe it's not a misdemeanor. Any person who attempts to pass off margarine, oleo, or oleomargarine as real butter is guilty of a simple misdemeanor in the state of Iowa, punishable by up to 30 days in jail and a $625 fine. New Hampshire. No seaweed collecting. In New Hampshire, it is forbidden to collect seaweed from the beach at night. Yes, it's unfair. But you should have thought about that before becoming a nocturnal sushi chef. Maryland. No cursing while driving. Making road rage even ragier, it is illegal to swear or curse upon any street or highway in Rockville, Maryland. Anyone caught swearing faces a misdemeanor charge, effectively having to add $100 to the city swear jar. Oklahoma. No bear wrestling. In Oklahoma, it is illegal to promote, engage in, or be employed by a horse-tripping event. Also, it is unlawful to wrestle a bear. But at that point, the law is the least of your worries. New Jersey. No murder while wearing a bulletproof vest. It's against the law to murder someone, but in Jersey, it's double against the law to murder someone while you're wearing a bulletproof vest. See if you can follow along. Wearing a bulletproof vest while committing or attempting to commit a crime of the first degree is a crime of the second degree. Oregon. No tests of physical endurance while driving. It is considered a speed racing offense in Oregon if you participate in any test of physical endurance while on the highway. Sorry, y'all. No more seeing how long you can work the steering wheel with your teeth. Pennsylvania. Fool me once, shame on you. No person convicted of a felony may operate a bingo game in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Arizona. No spitting in public. In the town of Goodyear, Arizona, It is unlawful to spit in or on any public building, park, sidewalk, or road. Offenders may be charged a fine of up to $2,500 and 6 months in prison. Arkansas. Must pronounce the state name correctly. Visitors beware. It is strictly prohibited to pronounce Arkansas incorrectly. Per the state code, the only acceptable pronunciation is in 3 syllables, with the final S silent, the A in each syllable with the Italian sound, and the accent on the first and last syllables. California. No nuclear weapons, obviously. It is illegal to build, maintain, or use a nuclear weapon within Chico, California city limits. A law that began in the 80s as a serious anti-nuke statement has taken on a second life as an internet joke, mainly due to the purported consequences. In addition to self-annihilation, the infraction also carries a $500 fine. Sure, you may be allowed to own a catapult in Aspen, but you better not try discharging it. Flaming arrows, alas, are also off limits. Minnesota. No pig greasing. Long winters can be boring, but that's no good reason to hold a greased pig contest in your parlor. Since 1971, it has been considered a misdemeanor to operate, run, or participate in any activity where a pig is oiled up and released with the object of being recaptured. And the same goes for turkey scrambles. North Carolina. Be careful with your doggy bag. Be careful what you put in your doggy bag. In North Carolina, it is a felony to steal more than $1,000 worth of grease and a misdemeanor to steal under $1,000 worth. Grease theft, it turns out, was a huge problem in NC before this 2012 law passed, with midnight grease bandits persistently preventing biodiesel companies from purchasing restaurants' excess oil to convert into fuel. Ohio. Toilet paper in coal mines. Operators of underground coal mines must provide an adequate supply of toilet paper with each toilet. It's too bad the letter of the law here stops at coal mines. Hawaii. No billboards. Hawaii's natural beauty is an advertisement unto itself. To keep it that way, the state has officially outlawed billboards, with some exceptions, and aerial advertising, part of an urban beautification initiative that dates to 1927. These aren't so much dumb laws as laws that make us feel dumb for not thinking of them first. Illinois. No fancy bike riding. Listen here, city slicker. Galesburg city law strictly prohibits fancy riding of any bicycle on city streets, particularly riding with both hands removed from the handlebars, both feet removed from the pedals, or any acrobatic shenanigans on your fancy velocipede. According to a Galesburg police officer, I suspect the trick riding ordinance came during a time or concern about bicyclist safety and perhaps crashes involving bicyclists. It is seldom enforced. Kansas, no snowballs. It may still be illegal to throw snowballs in Topeka, Kansas. Thanks to a weirdly worded law in the city criminal code, it is unlawful to throw any stones, snowballs, or any other missiles at any person or property in Topeka, Kentucky. No dueling. All public officials and attorneys in Kentucky must swear an oath that they have not fought a duel with deadly weapons, nor acted as a second in another person's duel. Good to know now. Unfortunately, when the oath took effect in 1848, many would-be duelists turned to murderous street brawls instead. Louisiana. No catfish stealing. In Louisiana, it is illegal to steal someone else's crawfish, like really illegal. Meriting its own state law, crawfish theft in excess of $1,500 can land the offender with up to 10 years prison time or a $3,000 fine, but mostly, they will have to endure the humiliation of being called shellfish for the rest of their life. Maine. Don't advertise on tombstones. It is forbidden to post advertisements on another person's tombstone in the city of Wells. Part of a lengthy list of cemetery regulations, this ordinance is really a favor to would-be marketers. Nobody is a worse customer than a corpse. Massachusetts. No dancing to the national anthem. It is prohibited to dance to the Star-Spangled Banner in Massachusetts, thanks to an excessively patriotic 1917 law. While you try to ponder what such a dance would even look like, find solace in the fact that this law could never actually be enforced, thanks to a slightly weightier document called the First Amendment. Michigan. Bounty hunting encouraged, but then not. Until 2006, every citizen of Michigan was encouraged to be a bounty hunter. A 1941 act titled An Act to Provide for the Payment of Bounties for the Killing of Starlings and Crows offered any citizen a bounty of 3 cents per each starling killed and 10 cents per crow, so long as they were presented in a state of good preservation. The law was repealed in 2006. Nevada. Be selective with X-rays. In Nevada, it is illegal to use an X-ray device to determine someone's shoe size. That's all for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments below.